Yeah, this part goes on for more than 30 minutes because it just does. I don't think there's any good stopping point. It's just non-stop breakneck pace Jojo action for 34 minutes.
Isn't there like a flash forward?
Maybe. But let's fight Dio before that point.
Again.
Only
2 more fights.
If my numbers were correct, which my numbers often aren't. Also, in this learning from our dead ally, one of our new moves with the sword, inexplicably, is throwing a bunch of roses. We just grabbed them and they're in our pocket right now.
I feel like there should be a JoJo part name that has roses in it. Like, it just seems like something that would be in a JoJo part name. It's the type of word Araki would use.
I missed.
Scintillating stuff.
I was trying to think of a part name, but I was coming up dry and I was like, I can't not say anything, you know?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I've got some logic here. I'm thinking maybe I got to push him into the fires like in that fight from a while back.
I still adore how the fires are just like 3-frame GIFs and they don't quite gel with the background.
It's a good fire aesthetic. Well, I mean, it's also an emulation problem because you can kind of see the transparency on the, on them is being actually projected. That's emulation. I don't think it would actually be like that on a PS2. There's no way.
That's a shame. PS2 users are really missing out on the fire.
I mean, I think the whole of the Western world of PS2 users was missing out on something when we didn't get this sent over.
I don't remember this being exactly how this fight went in the anime. I don't remember there being more head dogs and bird things.
You mean the final fight of part 1 wasn't, well, this isn't the final fight, but it wasn't just Jonathon clobbering Dio with a sword for half an hour. I love this move, by the way. I love this.
Stupid, overblown, just overhead shot.
It's a very Jonathon move. I feel
it is.
This will work. I love it. Such a dumb looking attack. It just puts everything into it.
Has Jonathon ever used a sword before, like, this evening, actually?
He used a spear once, but
I love his run animation with the sword. That's so dangerous. He has no idea what he's doing with it. He's never held a sword before.
I love that his big charge move when he has a sword is a kick to the crotch.
I love how, like, you swung at Dio, but he was ducking down because he was on the ground and you accidentally hit the bird behind you.
Oh, alright, now we gotta talk real shit. So at this point, I've worked out how you're actually meant to play this fight, and it's really embarrassing. So, I worked out that if you see the way the attack works, the final blow of the combo pushes Dio away, which means I have to get in range again, which sucks. But if I do 2 attacks and then breathe in, he doesn't get pushed away and get knocked down. So I could just keep hitting him. So it's actually faster for me to end my own combo sooner.
Nice.
By hitting the ham-on button. And that's my gameplay tips.
Gameplay tips. Yeah, for all the fans at home, like, playing this game.
I mean, I'll say this. I'm not really good at beat-em-ups, but I think I'm probably the best player in the world at this game.
You could win a tournament.
Considering this game is single player only.
You should upload a speedrun to speedrunners.net.
We should have watched those Heavy Rain speedruns. You said there was weird tech in those.
Or I wouldn't say weird from what I saw, just good.
Oh, okay. It's just abuses of certain characters, I imagine.
I didn't get very far. You'll see. I don't want to spoil it. Which, to the viewers, watch some Heavy Rain speedruns. This is exactly what happened in the anime.
Yeah. Now we're getting into real adaptation territory.
I mean, that is absolutely, like, Jonathon in a nutshell.
Yeah, he yells some bullshit and then his defense goes up 5 points.
Repeating himself ad nauseum, you know, that's...
Oh, yeah, no. That is Jonathon. Repeat yourself and feel your defense go up. It's all justification. Time for the best part of this fight.
There you go, you're charging it.
This move does kind of encapsulate Jonathon, actually. It's a lot of build-up to a catastrophic fuck-up.
Yeah, it's like he's making it seem very cool and important, and then it's just the most brain-dead, stupid, big gorilla attack you've ever fucking seen.
Hey, a lot of sword fighting principles teach leave your front massively exposed for a long period of time.
Like, just hold... Here's how you use the sword. Like, hold it directly over your head. Lean back all the way until the tip of the sword touches the ground behind you. Then just bring your whole body swinging forward like an axe directly down on your opponent.
I really like that every time I've thrown roses in this fight, I've missed.
Really, you know, preserving that dude's memory. I forget his name.
Yeah. So do I.
It's not straight, so it's not Tom Petty. It's you know, the dick launch guy, whatever.
Every single time I miss with those roses, we may as well be spitting on his corpse. Which isn't terribly far away anyway.
And
the
like
phrase within
any other
distance
fighting game, that would be a cool move. Just throwing roses into someone's fucking eyes to blind them. But here it just... Because here you know the context.
You know, I know enough Japanese to know that "sa" is just kind of like, I understand or I get it. So hearing Dio just say "sa" after kicking me skywards, I kind of appreciate the idea that he's figured Jonathon out somehow.
You'd think he'd be able to figure out, like, how to step to the side while Jonathan's doing that.
Or even just, I don't know, push him over, just nudge him a little bit on the lean back to make him fall over.
That was a good... Voice actor did a good job there.
That was actually me.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. You got your bit. I like how it's not actually centered on him. That's a good...
Smug about it.
Yeah, that's a good use of Smug Dio.
And for several minutes, Dio forgot he had ice powers.
This is a really good animation of this, like, sliding into
just
place.
Gotta be economical. No sound effect. I was waiting for a sound effect that didn't come.
You know, it would be great if it kept on going a little bit, like, just too far, then had to readjust again.
Oh, shit. We just left a keyframe slightly too late.
Yep. Remember that one part that was like one brief fight at the start, then the rest was just dialogue boxes? That's like all I remember from this game.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at... I'm not scrolling at... Oh wow, right in again.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad we got those cutscenes. I'm glad, you know, that was, like, important.
I'm glad we had to actually fight him with a sword. There was some poor guy who had actually made Jonathon with sword. So, well, we gotta make 2 fights. Getting your money's worth.
You know, you gotta respect this game for, if literally nothing. I like how that looks like a fucking news bulletin, but,
I like how it accounted for the non-Japanese speakers.
True. But you gotta respect just, like, how willing to do every fight but also how willing they were to, like, just have cutscenes for literally everything without a fight, even if it's, like, 20 fucking minutes.
Oh god, imagine if this game had come out a few years later, where in the age of the walk and talk...
Ooh, yeah.
This game could have been worse.
A JoJo visual novel.
You know, that's the thing that surprised me that it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
There have been so many, you know, fighting game adaptations, but no visual novel.
Telltale's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
And the best JoJo game to come out is a fan RPG that's made on Part 3 where you can actually ally with Dio in the end.
Nice.
Or everyone's got relationship values and you can betray the team.
You know, I could kind of see a Telltale JoJo thing. Like, they make up their own fanfiction part, but, like, you don't play as that part's JoJo. You play as the, like, Koichi or whatever.
I mean, Koichi was the JoJo
holy
of that
shit.
part.
Koichi really was, like, the Telltale protagonist of Telltale's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond Is Not Crash.
I'm trying to think where they would place it. I don't want to get too deep into this because I don't really want to think about a Telltale adaptation of anything. That's not true. I think about them very frequently. I just don't want them. I don't want to think about them doing a JoJo one.
I don't know. It might be. I'm just picturing, like, Telltale engine, like, rendering, you know, like, part 4.
I mean, in that trailer for Walking Dead Season 3, which I watched, they have actually bumped up their tech a bit. But, you know, the best graphics they've ever had was still Minecraft Story Mode, so...
I don't know, that's a shame. I think they should just, like, use that Telltale engine forever, Unchained.
Oh no, it's still... I think it's still Telltale Tool, as they call it. The fact they call it a tool as well is, you know, it's not an it's a tool, which really does kind of make it sound factory line, regardless of intent. And unless you make the joke, this was made by Telltale Tool, and you can just think, yep, that's the company, alright.
Yep. Remember when Telltale used to make games that, like, weren't just Telltale games?
No. SAS.
Ooh, SAS. Does the Telltale Tool, like, did they use that for, like, the old, like, adventure games and whatnot, too?
I don't actually know. I don't know where it originated. I think it had to
Because I think
originate.
it is. Like, I'm thinking to, like, you know, Strong Bad School game for attractive people, and I think that was the Telltale engine. It looks like it, at least. Or the Telltale Tool. God, that must have been a challenge, though, getting, like, the fucking Homestar Runner characters to fit to, like, the Telltale Tool with their weird bodies and shit. Worry.
I do agree.
This is dramatic.
Way too much. Dio's jumping stance there isn't very good, though.
I think it's great.
He's just gonna kind of cannonball into him.
Yeah, what is he trying to accomplish here?
It's like he just pounced from all fours. It's like,
look at Poco there!
Open up! Open up your fist just
Yeah.
like the other guy.
French him. I'm not clear on what happened there.
Oh, he shifted to
Oh,
do an
hi,
elbow.
Tom Petty. I forgot you were here.
He's watching and learning. Well, one of my trainees is dead, but thankfully the vampire seems under control. Vaguely.
Situation handled.
It's good that we trained for this instead of destroying the mask.
この激痛この熱さうわー何世紀も未来へとわへ
I want to bring up something I read between parts because I'm dying here. So, Remember about that part name when I just actually scrolled down to the other part name ideas this person had, and their thought was Stone Ocean. It's because the prison is a stone in the ocean, and I was so mad at this human being who's so fucking stupid. Just, the fuck is wrong with that person?
If that's the case, then surely, like, part 3 should have been Stone Ocean, since Dio was a stone in the ocean.
That's a good point. It's a better use of it.
Yeah. Surely part 1 should have been Stone Ocean, since Jonathan is as dumb as a stone, and his incompetence is as vast as the ocean.
Oh wow, this works
Who
for
the
everything.
fuck are those people? Who are those three on the right? Who are they?
I really like the guy in the hat.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's me.
Who's the elf? Who is he?
That's me, travelled back in time to be here. And I'm really happy about. He's grinning so wide. He's the happiest character in the fucking part.
Didn't Tom Petty die?
No, he didn't do anything.
What happened to him?
Yeah, married now. It's not when they get there. This is their honeymoon off to New York or summit.
Oh wait, were they going to New York? See, that would be thematic, because, like, the next part starts in New York.
I assumed because, I don't know, maybe I'm making a false connection there, but I'm assuming she at least wound up in New York. She has some attachment to the city that led her back there.
You know what's a really big shame that they skip over between part 1 and part 2? You know what they should have done? Instead of having all this stuff take place, like, immediately, this should have been several years later, and they're in America going back to, like, the UK. And then the big twist is it's the fucking Titanic.
Dio was just pushing an iceberg in the way.
He's just, like, in the water, like, paddling along, pushing it.
Oh, Dio could make ice. He didn't even need to push an iceberg,
Yeah.
He just had to make one.
Exactly.
You just have a really good manga panel of the Titanic crashing into it with just a tiny speck on top of the iceberg, and then it zooms in and it's just Dio sat looking really smug.
I forgot he was wearing that outfit this whole time. How did they let him on this boat without shoes? Do you think Futurama took the head in the jar thing from this?
Maybe. I just figured out my assumption is he was in the coffin with Dio. That's probably not true. He was probably outside and we missed it, but it's not like Dio's taking up much space in there.
Wait, Jonathan is here. Wait, what?
Yeah,
Jonathan just reacted. I didn't realize he was in the room.
Jonathan came down here with Wang Chan. Oh yeah, by the way, that guy's name is Wang Chan.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, it's hard to forget.
See, I had initially forgotten he was a character, but then I remember seeing him on the wiki, and there was just some really good images in the gallery of Wang Chan.
Also, it's disappointing, but Dio's got a new head sprite in his talkie bit. And it's not as good. It's also really amusing for some vague reason. I think it's the knowledge that it is just the head that's making that sprite really amusing.
Yeah, they had to edit out the shoulders and everything. I think it's also just how nonplussed Dio is. He's not angry, he's not smug, he's just like, not very, like, interested in the fact that he's a head now.
He hasn't really set him back any.
This is really interesting, like, to watch. I'm glad we're getting this, like, still image and just Japanese talking.
I don't remember if you could skip these, but even if I could, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So, it's meaningless for me to bring it up.
I mean, you could have edited them out, but,
In the Quantum Break commentary, I get back to you at noon and complain I should cut out the action sequences. But this is what you could be having instead.
Oh, you get to do the fight where you, like, do you not have him on anymore?
You don't have him on and you're losing health.
Ooh, that's good.
So it's a timed finale fight. It's not very interesting, though. But also, it is Dio, so we are still... So it's 3 fights against Dio in a row, technically, for the finale. He's a multi-stage boss. Just like in those JRPGs you like.
I've never liked or played a JRPG, and you know it.
I've never liked or played. I mean, one of those supersedes the other, I feel, a little bit.
I'm very capable of liking games that I haven't played, Snake. I do it all the time.
Sounds a bit poser to me.
I like Boiling Point, and I haven't played it.
True. Yeah, I've accepted that for a while, but I guess it does mark you out as a poser.
I wouldn't say poser. It's authentic. It's just complex.
Also, in this fight, you can't run, so it's faster to just dodge roll everywhere.
I like how you're just getting blasted with more and more lasers.
I like how I'm somehow using Hamon. It's because I got some Ham on reserve, according to that bar.
Ooh, yeah, you can't gain anymore, but, like, you have to be careful with how you spend what you have left.
I do think that landing some attacks does rebuild Hamon somehow. It just rejuvenates, oxygenates. Gets it in ya. Also, if you can't tell, I was thoroughly bored of this game by this point, so I'm not even bothering with the cronies like I used to as much. I just want Wang Chan. I also like the presence of a time bar. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm recovering health. That's weird. But there's still... Actually, no, it's a time limit as well. So now I'm just going to assume that through every single fight, Jonathon was holding his breath. And that's why we had a time limit. It doesn't make any damn sense, but who cares? Also, it is really just a fight to build up a special move. So...
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's been most fights since you've had them.
Yeah, but the special move is actually useless for most of it. So it's time for Jonathon to pull off his final cunning stunt.
His final antic.
Actually, it's not really a cunning stunt, it's more that he's a stunning cunt. And there we go.
I'm not entirely clear on what he just actually did. I don't remember, and this game didn't really communicate it, but I feel that might have something to do with the fact that I don't really speak Japanese.
And we end on a final rank of Spidisk.
Spidisk. There's a good one. There's a good
Time to kill every passenger aboard this boat because there's some zombies on it. Jonathon gave no chance of escape for anybody.
Yeah, you know, he couldn't, like, trust that people would have guns in America, you know. No, we gotta just, like, quarantine the whole boat in the ocean.
With my wife on it.
This boat's gonna sink like a stone in the ocean.
There we go.
When you think about it, really every part could be named Stone Ocean.
If you really force it.
Yeah, like, you know, part 2, that ended on an island, which is kind of like a stone in the sticking out of the ocean.
In part 4, Josuke turned that guy into a stone in a town that was near the ocean.
True, yeah, there you go.
Part 5, they visit several very stony islands off the coast of Italy. Those are like stones in the ocean.
Yeah.
Part 6, that one's called Stone Ocean. You don't need me to connect those dots.
Yeah, because it takes place in a prison, which is like a stone in the ocean.
Exactly.
How's Jonathon still talking? Dio should have blessed us with the mercy of Jonathon's silence.
It's fine, no more words. Just get that baby and get off the boat.
So, like, I've been more calm. I've been talking about how much I hate part 1, but I do remember watching this the first time, and I remember saying just my biggest hope that, like, the biggest thing that please I hope Jonathon doesn't do is try and justify with Dio when he's, like, dying or whatever. Really, he was, like, my brother. You know, he may have been evil, but we were brothers in the end. And, like, he's gonna do just that, and I'm not a fan of it. He's gonna decide to die with Dio, his brother, like, not, you know...
And forgive him to an extent.
Yeah, and it's gonna cause a lot of problems for a lot of people. Part 3 happens because of this, you know, like, we have to meet Polnareff. It's not a good time.
It's just also... Oh, come on, you got a lot of joy out of Polnareff. That's unfair.
Yeah, but, like, it's not good for the I meant, you know, for the people in universe.
Oh, yeah.
How many people are going to die because Jonathon's, like, you know, just an absolute motherfucker?
A lot. Yeah, a good few, really. It's gonna cause a lot of grief. And not to mention in part 3, Dio's gonna be all like, he actually respects Jonathon somehow.
Yeah, no, that's... No one could respect Jonathon. Wait, I forget, is that Lisa?
Yeah,
baby?
that's Lisa.
Okay. I always got that mixed up. If Lisa was... No, yeah, because his son is the Air Force captain who, like, dies off screen. And this baby's Lisa. That's kind of weird that, like, Lisa and their son got together because they were, like, raised together. They were kind of like pseudo siblings. I hadn't thought about that before.
There was
That's
no
weird.
sibling complex in that somehow.
Yeah. That really makes me think.
You can stop discussing. You should have ran out of breath 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
We should actually cut back to it, but he should be really thin, and my theory about extra oxygen in his
True.
muscles being confirmed.
He's just deflating like a balloon.
I'll just insert a subtle sound effect during this whole bit of just the air escaping him.
It's it's like at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and they have a Jojo float, but like it gets punctured. And it's just slowly deflating as it collapses on top of the helpless crowd.
It just crashes into an electrical pylon, and that's the Hamon.
I just realized if they did have a JoJo float at like the parade or a JoJo balloon, it would, yeah.
That's
and, like,
really disappointing. Actually, it might be Star Platinum if I think about how that would go. But
oh, that could be cool. I like the idea of Star Platinum just being fucking huge. Like, they establish that they can make stands small. I want to see Jojo make Star Platinum like a fucking kaiju.
Honestly, I'm just more about it. That would have actually been a more satisfactory conclusion to part 3. Instead of the whole fuck it, I have your powers as well. He just makes Star Platinum like 3 stories tall and punches Dio into space.
Yeah.
That's fucking because that, you know, tie it into part 2 as well. It doesn't really tie it into anything. Just we've spaced 2 villains in a row.
No, what would be good is like knocking Dio into space, like knocks cars out of orbit back down to Earth, and like, you know, we just have a cycle going on.
Was that baby's face just a flat texture in the bindle? I really hope it cuts back to that freakish baby.
I love how big Jonathan's hand is compared to Dio's head.
It's
Holy
like he's
shit.
trying to shush him.
Look at that. It's so
no
big.
More words.
Look at him! This is such a tender moment between brothers. I love this. I love how they can't pull off that Jonathon is like sad and sympathetic, so he just looks stern, and Dio just looks fucking
dead.
blitz.
I thought he was already dead then. It's kind of hard to tell because he just had a blank expression anyway.
And everyone died, and it's all Jonathan's fault.
We don't know how many people really got away on lifeboats, but I like to assume it was just Erina. And the baby, obviously.
Like, there were 2 lifeboats, and she made sure that the baby got its own one, because, you know, like...
She was finally about to lead a life of luxury. That ain't ending. That ain't going away.
Yeah, she made sure, like, she got... You know, I think, like, she helped orchestrate this so she would get the inheritance, and, like, you know... Because they've been married for, what, a week? She's actually spent some time with Jonathan now, and she quickly realized, oh my god, this guy's an idiot. Shit, I can't be married to him. And just, you know, like, found out Dio was still alive, orchestrated all of this.
Wow, that's dark. It's exactly what I deserve. I just like Danny poking his head out there.
Yeah, it's good. I like how much that dude looks like Polnareff here.
Yeah. It's disconcerting, really. He looks proto-Polnareff.
I like how ugly Poco looks.
You don't even need the image for that.
Yeah.
That was just Poco.
Jojo's Bizarre Adventure.
What a bizarre adventure it was. Yeah, this game's really shit. It's just really bad.
Well, so's part 1, so, you know, it's a really faithful adaptation. This music, oh my god.
Aren't you sad that Jonathan's dead? Look, aren't you sad that the tragic life Dio had that led him to vampirism and villainy?
Vampirism and Villainy is a good album title.
Aren't you sad that Jonathan lost that boxing match? Aren't you sad that Eren is about to get punched in the back of the head?
This game was really bad. What the fuck? Are they shaking hands? What's going on there?
That was when he ran in to punch him and Dio grabbed him by the wrist and stopped him.
Oh my god, look how small his head is. That's like accurate. That's actually how small Jonathan's head should be at all times.
That's Dio jauntily jumping through a window like, hey guys, up, give the peace sign.
Yeah, peace. No, I think that should be him jumping backwards out of a window.
That's Jonathan's ID photograph.
See, no, there's he's doing rugby stuff. You're complaining about that.
Oh,
that he
true, yeah, he's shoulder checking a bit.
Play a bit of rugger.
It's alright, so just to kind of wrap this game up, it's impressive that near enough every fight is in some way a little bit unique, but they're all really terrible. There's occasionally just little different flavors of awfulness, but there's maybe one fight in this game that I'd consider approaching fun, and that was the Straight So fight, where you actually play as a character who controls a bit like a fighting game character. He's actually got a bit of speed, and his combos have a bit of flow. And the Hamon system has way more depth than it needs to have to no real end. Because none of the Integers mean anything, integers mean anything to me. It's just, my defense is now 5, and then it's 10, and I don't give a shit.
I feel like most of this game is to no real end.
Yeah, and then two of your biggest... You've got a health bar that slowly can regenerate, and you've got a big charge move that very slowly regenerates, so you spend roughly 50% of fights running around like a headless chicken. And then every fight has a time limit. And it's amazing that a 5-minute to 10-minute time limit can feel restrictive in a fighting game.
Yeah, well, you know, it's amazing how stupid Jonathon Joestar is. And
true.
That's really, like, the core of part 1, just pushing the limits of how low your standards can be.
But we still have some extra fights, so let's look at those.